I sign a document that says, hey, if this thing, trips
Right.
and I die, you're the first, and also you're taking
You're the last
same
person I'm
risk.
seeing.
Like, you're the last person I'm seeing. You're the last person that I am seeing that needs to pass my messages or my cry outs, whatever, to my family. You're the first.
Because then, no,
Are you okay?
think about it though. They're really gonna see who you are because you're gonna be screaming and stuff and yelling. There's no mask because you're just being authentic.
I can
it
tolerate
could
Six
work.
Flags, but skydiving?
Merry Christmas and a happy 2026. I hope everyone's goals and everything is accomplished this year. Today, y'all, without further ado, we have a returning guest on the show. Her name is Hana. Last time she was here, she shouted out her multiple events that was going on, including a speed dating event that her company, Eyita, was holding, as well as Sifna as a whole. So she is back to talk about a little bit about herself, who she is, her journey, and all the good stuff in between. So without further ado, y'all, let's put our hands together and let's bring up Hana. How you doing?
Very good. How are you?
Good. Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you again.
Lovely to be back.
Yeah, I remember our episode. It aired in July, early July, I believe.
Yes.
And some time has passed. So.
Very true.
Yeah. Are you ready for the year to kind of wrap up and end?
Yes, actually. I'm also praying that the rain can hopefully we're in Seattle, guys. So hopefully can decrease. It's just too much. Or is it just me? It's my first full winter here. So.
Oh, okay. So you're still new to it then?
Yeah.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah, I fear so.
It just becomes part of you, You're like,
I fear so.
In fact, sometimes I kind of get used to it to a point where if it doesn't rain for a week or two, when it's not summer, I'm kind of like, what's going on, man? You know what I mean?
So you miss it?
I miss it a little bit sometimes. Very rare. But I'd rather have it rain than it be cloudy. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I do like both, in all honesty. It gives you a lot of time for staying in and doing the work and manifest, I wish the same for my pockets, for my bag, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. We all do.
Amen to that. Hallelujah. But I don't know. I don't like both. I'm a sunny person. It's not like hot sunny that you can't resist. You want to rip your skin off. No, that's not me. But spring, that time of the fall where it feels just like home, you can tolerate it. It's t-shirt weather. It's not, it's a very light sweater weather,
Oh yeah.
Those times are the best for me. I'm sorry, guys. But hopefully our fasting period is going to end pretty soon. So maybe the seafood that everybody keeps talking about can be helpful to cope with the space.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Hana, to kick it off, we have a fun little icebreaker question to ask you.
Okay.
And that question is, if you had a favorite hideout place that you could hide out anywhere in the city, it could be in your home, wherever it is, what would that be?
Wow. Do you want a made up one, or do you want my true hideout space?
How about both?
Oh my God. Okay. The one I would say the made up one, or the made up at least for the city, would be probably me and my sister just being at home, being up to no good, just making food and watching TV.
Yeah.
Especially very old Ethiopian movies. That would be my most perfect hideout. But the actual true one, I would say, is I've always wanted to build a container home back home. So it would be there is a beautiful island in the middle of, I can't say the city, but one of the states that we have in the east. And I've always wanted, there's a beautiful mountain right beside the island. And on the island, literally in the middle of the island, there's a beautiful church. So I've always wanted to build a container home on the mountaintop, because it only has two highways. I mean, yeah, highways, one leading to the city, one leading to the actual like island to the church.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always wanted to build a container home on top of that mountain. It would be like amazing. I would say I wish to have 2 kids in the future. So it will be like my kids and my significant other on that container home
On top of
that
mountain.
mountain. Just one highway to the church, one to the city. So away from the noise. And whenever you want the noise, you have access to it.
Yeah.
But you also have access to your peace.
To your peace.
And a little getaway and or space of your own. That would be my, yeah.
I like that. And when you say a kind of container house, is it one of those like tiny houses? You ever seen that show, Tiny Houses, where people build? It's similar to that.
It's just similar to that. And it's also very self-sufficient. Those homes have to be self-sufficient because most of it, like, they're very adventurous people. Like, if you see them where they built it is in just in the middle of nowhere or somewhere very interesting to get any sort of infrastructures or anything. So it's very self-sufficient. You know, they use solars or the underground water and stuff like that. So it really makes you be creative as to how you want to lead your life, and it would be all up for your decision. So yeah, I would say that little family space would be an amazing hideout.
That's interesting. Yeah. I kind of, well, I wouldn't say I want to be in a tiny house, but I think I appreciate also the peace though, and being a little bit away from the city.
Yeah.
You know, being close enough where you still have access.
Exactly.
And you're not hours and hours away.
Exactly.
But still relatively far away where you're like, you know what? I've worked with enough people today.
Yeah.
I need my peace.
Yeah, that's very true. And also there are things called online jobs or remote jobs. I mean, one of the few fortunate things that we have gotten from COVID is that, you know, like the culture of remote work, even if it's interesting to get connected with people and the working dynamic might be interesting, but I still believe that it could be doable. So it depends on the time. I mean,
interesting.
We have a handful of folks that are working from home in various parts of the world.
Very true.
Yeah. So I think it could work.
I think it could. Yeah.
An interesting thing. And I'll use multiple containers for it not to be as tiny. So we'll see. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You just have to, the significant other, unfortunately, I think.
Well, he has to agree to this.
Exactly. He has to agree to this. And also for this specific example, I'm going to use the superficial ideology that's out there as to usually like the best man that would be like the tallest one, the fit ones and stuff. Just for this idea, for this scenario, I'm going to use that ideology and be like, you have to be fit for us to pick up some, you know.
Well, he's got to be cutting out the trees, you know, doing a lot of the labor work, you know, because you'll be in the middle of nowhere. So
exactly. So I'm gonna need a hand.
So anyone that fits that description, you know. We'll plug your Instagram and everything, and we're actually going to be talking about dating, and specifically in our community, Eritrean Ethiopian communities, in a little bit too. So it kind of is going to be a segue into that in a little bit. But.
Maybe, yeah. Don't hate me, guys. This was just a joke. If it didn't work, okay, it's fine. It didn't work for you, so pass it. Don't be passing on.
That's it, Hana. If you could describe yourself in a few words, let's say to kind of if you're meeting someone new. How would you describe yourself? Who is Hana?
Wow. So a couple of words. Should I just shoot you a couple of words and then
it could be several sentences. It could be long too.
Who is Hana? If I was to pick, I would say 3 words. Creative would be 1. 2 would be inquisitive. Because I like questions. And I think the right questions are always you're halfway finding to find the solution. So I would say creative, inquisitive, and wow. I'm trying to like summarize. Creative, inquisitive, and loyal. I would say. Yeah.
That's a big one.
Those are things. those three things I would say are entirely, because yeah. So I love creativity. There are times that I just wake up 3 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm on my notes. At times my sister's like, why are you up? Is there, you know what I mean? She will be worried. I'll have family worried and all. At times it's not intentional, but I love writing down. I have a note on all of my phones, all of my devices in my notebooks with just ideas of either creative stuff, what type of pictures I want to take, which we'll talk in when we talk about my entity, at least one of the branches within my entity. So I love just writing my ideas down as to the type of creative work, videography, photography work that I want to indulge on. So I write things about that, fintech ideas that I have, that I write them down, and just partnership work that I want to work with. I love being able to work with various brands and just people entirely, because I think that's how you make life and workspaces lively, literally.
Make it interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say, and you have to stay loyal to your ideas. You have to stay loyal to the people that you work with and just open to conversing. So, I would say for those reasons, I chose all those
Interesting.
things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what was the journey kind of coming here to the Pacific Northwest? Did you have family here already, or was it something that kind of just came up?
I do have family here. I do have family. So I have my sister. She lives more so in the north side around Linwood. And I also have one of my really good friends, Steve. He's a videographer. Actually, I take that back. He's not a videographer, guys. He's a filmmaker. Okay, there's a difference. I think most of us really do need to, if I could like sidebar, I don't want to say your question, but I guess, but like your question for a minute, there's a difference in between filmmakers and videographers, guys. And
What's the difference?
What's the difference? The storytelling, you know what I mean? And also videographies that everybody is being called videographer right now, in all honesty. People that are using their phones or DSLRs or any of those things. And also that didn't put the energy to just learn the discipline that much. You know what I mean? And also when you're a filmmaker, you have to do a handful of things aside from just being, behind the camera to just shoot a 3-second and all. There, you have to write the story. You have to, at times, like you have to work with your directors, like all of the pieces that need to be together for you to be able to make that film and to tell the story as it need to be told or in the way that it should be told. That is a filmmaker. So he's a filmmaker. He's also going to school for it. So
fantastic.
He's a filmmaker, guys. But yeah, I have my sister. She moved here, I think, close to like 2 years ago or so. So definitely way before me. And a really good brother of mine, as mentioned him. And yeah, a handful of other great acquaintances and friends too, including yourself. So, and I was getting bugged a lot. And I wanted to see I just second guessed that right there, but I'm gonna say it. The seafood, guys. Everybody can't stop talking about that. I love salmon, so they were like, "You have to move here. You have to see it."
It hasn't let you
give
down,
it
right?
time.
The seafood here.
Thus far, it has not.
Okay.
Not. But right
good.
after I moved, our fasting period started, so I haven't had the chance to indulge as much as I can. So,
you have a chance in a few days. How
in
long until?
a few weeks.
In a
So
few
I would
weeks.
say 2.5 weeks.
There we go.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And because Hana, you do a lot. Like I said in the intro, you host events, you work with videographers, with photographers, and you do your own of stuff like that. Excuse me. Did that inspiration come from when you were back home in Ethiopia, or did that kind of start here when you came to the Pacific Northwest?
No, it was with me from the beginning, from when I was in high school and in middle school when I was back home, because I used to be involved in a handful of, like drama clubs and all in high school and middle school. And I used to sing a little.
Really? Do you want to give us a little
Please,
demo right now?
Please. It's too cold for that. But a little, I used to do that. And I also just loved being behind the camera and creating the storyline, because it takes a lot. It really takes a lot to be able to create a film and tell a story. So I've always loved being part of that creation. I remember I used to have this internship while I was in high school, and right after I finished school at like 3 p.m., we used to be done at 3 p.m. back home. So right after I finished school, I used to take like, it was, I think, translated to, I would say like how distances are calculated here was close to like, I don't know, 10, 15 miles from my school.
Wow.
So right after that, I would go down to the multimedia and communications office that we, if I could say we, I guess, that we used to have back at home. So like I used to travel right after school. I used to go there, and we used to work on the, there were TV commercials that we needed to go to, that we needed to write and produce. There were a handful of scripts that we needed to work with the directors, and just a handful of things, right? So I used to be part of that while I was in like high school, middle school, this is. And right after I came here, I joined university. That's when I came. So I took a minor, even if my major was business analytics, very, I would say like fin and analytics, like data focused discipline. I still didn't want to let go the art side of me. So I added a minor in photography. So I was doing that. And I also worked for the media creations in our school. So a handful of my photographies ended up being in the poster and the websites too. Yeah. So it was just from the beginning, and I couldn't let go from all then. So it followed me to the Pacific West. So yeah, I think it's gonna follow me for quite some time too. For a long time. Yeah. So I think it keeps you alive. You know what I mean? It really feeds into the professional in the other side of you. For example, like I used to edit photos for the better part of my half of my days when I was in uni. And I remember I was in one of the semesters, I was taking a Python class. It's a programming class. Yeah. But the photography really, really helped, because I used to have a teacher and also a boss that was very detail oriented. So they used to be like, oh, the temperature is off like this. Oh, there's this. How did you see that bird? And what was I supposed to do with that bird? That was just minding her business. You know what I mean? So I needed to be so detail oriented. It really helped me in my programming, because you're off by a comma or a semicolon, you're going to be debugging for the whole 2 hours. So it really helped me in being detail oriented, and all, at least in my work too. So art really does feed a very non-art type of stuff too. So yeah, I think it followed me here.
That's very interesting. A thought just came to my mind. So when I look at your Instagram page, and this goes back to the Icebreaker, you have a picture where you're at a church. Is that the church that you said was in the island?
No, I wish to. No,
that's separate.
That's separate. Yeah, okay. That's separate. I've always wanted to go to that church. By the way, I've never been. I know about it, but I've never been to it. But yeah, it's definitely one of the top things on my bucket list. Everybody has a bucket list. Don't be lying.
Everyone does. Everyone does, yeah. Some write it down, some don't, but.
True. At least it might be like 3-5 things, but everybody has one.
Everyone has it.
Yeah.
But going back to what you said, though, I really like that, because it's, being detail oriented kind of helps you not only in the art and the coding that you did, but also just like in everyday life.
True.
And very just being, and keeping that tight schedule and being detail oriented when you held events and hosted events. Was the speed dating event, was that really your first event, or were you doing events way before that?
I would say first organized event, it was that. Most of my friends are also creatives or people in the path to being, you can't be, I guess, like in the path of being creative, but they're creatives that at least like aspire. There's a difference in between one being an artist and one being an aspiring artist, at least. It could be directly connected to not giving yourself grace, but also it's just the path for yourself until you get to that level of, okay, I think I'm comfortable, I could say this to yourself. So that's why I said that for people asking. But most of my friends are also creatives and aspiring creatives. So we definitely were trying to put as much energy in putting events together, or just get-togethers, maybe not as promoted or anything. But I would say definitely was like the first structured event that I actually did. And if you want me to say a couple of words, I think about
For
that.
sure.
That event was like, we played around with the marketing as much as we can. There were times that I posted just a QR code. I remember seeing this on Instagram. I think it was also posted on TikTok, is that this guy used it to promote his music. And I'm like, why can I not use it to promote my event? So basically what he did was he put the QR code to the event, or like to his music, right? He just printed it on the paper, and on top it just said, "You cheated on me, so I'm putting your business out there." And people are going to be like, oh, wow, somebody's putting on blast.
And you use that.
So I just used that. I just put it on top. You cheated on me, Nati. So Nati is a thing in our community, guys. So Nati is like that guy in, like that.
That's terrible though, because all the naughty guys out there that are good guys, they're like, man, I gotta change my name.
One of my friends is called, but
I have some friends too.
Exactly, but why are they like that too? Why you don't ask that question? Why am I like this? Because most of you, the name kind of does, you know what I mean? Okay, let me not say much.
Gosh.
But
oh my gosh.
for the man, I said, you cheated on me, naughty, so I'm putting your business out there, and I put the QR code. And for the women, I said, sorry, Beatties, but I said Betty. And
so
they're
there's
like,
Nati on the guy side, and then there's Betty on the girl side. Interesting.
Yeah. So I said, you cheated on me, so I'm putting your business out there, Betty, and we put the QR code. Interestingly enough, we had a lot of people on our landing page. A lot of people were seeing the ads. But one of the things that did not work, I could definitely be open about this, is that because I want people to learn from I guess like my experience, is it is Isfana. There are events after, there are like people come up with events on the spot. And a lot of things spontaneous things happen and stuff like that. It was one of the things, I guess, that people just overlooked. Oh my God. I mean, we could let's get to the last point and then we'll do this. Let's get to the last point and then we do this. And one of the other things was, apparently, I guess, people were like, nah, I don't need to go to a speed dating event for me to find a guy, for me to find a girl. I mean, I guess it's a new concept within our community. So it was a bet that we took, and we learned a lot from it.
I feel like we didn't even give our community enough time though, because like, how long has speed dating events specifically for Ethiopians and Eritreans been going on?
Actually, I do not know.
I feel like it's
long.
recent. Yeah,
it's very recent. That's very true. I mean, we do have apps and everything, but actual event, I think not very much. So. We definitely took the grace and also the learning opportunity. But it was so fun to put it together. It was so fun. Me and my friend was working on the, like all of the ads and the graphics and all that needed to go in there and stuff.
I think that's where I met that's where I met your photographer. Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. And then we saw him at the final soccer match. I think that was that Saturday too. Yes,
we had a handful of things. Me, him, and one of our other friends, a couple of other friends, but we were both busy. We had a handful of things going on. We had a videography gig that whole week. So the whole week, bright early in the morning, we was getting up, going to the stadiums, getting footages and everything, connecting with people and getting footages and all. We were contracted by another entity, so we had to do those at nights. We were doing the concerts, and then we had our own events, so we were just doing a handful of things. So it definitely kept us on our feet and disciplined, I would say, but. It was a lively week, I have to say.
Absolutely. So, it was a lively week, and I absolutely loved it too. experiencing a Sifna for the first time for myself, and the speed dating event too was very fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you think about kind of the work you're doing, would you say Habesha community is your kind of target audience, or who is your audience that you're trying to reach with the work you do?
So I think this would be like a perfect segue as to what Eyita is, and the audiences that it wishes to appeal to and that it targets. So Eyita is an entity entirely. So we do have a handful of, it's like an umbrella where we do have a handful of branches. I guess that's the best word for it. Is that there is definitely a videography, a photography, or collectively a storytelling side, which is Eyita Captures, right?
Yes.
Also for videography and photography, we do services for any of the commercial and non-commercial events, as to birthdays. I mean, you name them, baptisms,
Everything,
all
the big events.
Everybody, all the big events at the weddings and everything, and also on the non-commercial side, editorial photography, which I tend to gravitate more towards, and more of like a documentary photography, because that is what I went to basically. Like when you go to school for it, it's you gravitate more towards on that side, is because you create basically like a handful of pieces where it could tell a story together. For example, like if it's in the videography or in the filmmaking discipline, it would be more of, okay, if you want to tell a story, you could shoot a video for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15. You just choose, right? And you write the script and all.
Gotcha.
When it's a photography, and it's what the discipline is called is editorial photography, is that you have to take a handful of photos to tell the story, and then collectively it does tell the story, right? So that is how you tell. That is what essentially, in simple words, the ideology of editorial photography is. Okay. So that is what I personally gravitate towards, and that's what I minored in. So in Eyita, again, coming back to the Eyita umbrellas, that Eyita is an umbrella, Eyita Inc. is an umbrella, which is already set, and it's already set up business. So you have Eyita Captures for the storytelling side. You have Eyita Events, just more so focused on events and all, and then with God, we're going to be able to launch another umbrella branch within the umbrella for fintech. I'm pretty sure you're aware of Mahabar Connect.
Yes,
I love those two ladies, by the way. Both BT and
they were the ones that the networking event.
Yes.
They were the ones that organized that, correct?
Yes. It's also not just a networking event. They do those as well, but the last event that we promoted, Barahan, which is Eyita's fintech brunch, is the pretty much like a Habesha and Shark Tank event that they had. So basically people with ideas, or it's like a hackathon thingy that they did. And they had amazing 3 judges for the day, and it was 2 days. So the first day they had a handful of mentors and a handful of just amazing people from like fintechs and just tech companies and basically everywhere. Amazing 2 ladies, and they also have a lot of teams and team members from behind too, so my bad if I forget them, but Betty and Hermie are amazing. But the fintech idea, Barahan of Eyita, was presented on there too, and it was able to get a silver, and we ranked at the second. So yeah, Eyita is kind of an idea to, or an entity to share perspective, that aims to share perspective in a handful of disciplines, so, or in a handful of avenues. And at the time, these are the 3 entities that we have. And we also have another one that we're working towards, more of on the manufacturing and production side as well. So with God, I think we're going to see more action in 2026, of course. So yeah, we're counting on that.
Yeah, and you've built a lot of momentum this year.
Yes, definitely. With God, there are a handful of momentums, a handful of networks that we're trying to lean towards. So we'll see.
Wow. And it makes you happy, doesn't it, what you're doing?
It does. I mean, not a lot of us, I guess, give chances to the ideas that we have, and also give grace when we end up not being so successful. So yeah. Yeah. How was your 2025? What are your
How was my
highlights?
2025? It was great. It was great. When it comes to this podcast, I mean the first one, no, the second one, we dropped it on January 7th, our Christmas,
Yeah.
back home. The one I did with my mom, and we did it at Colors when we were still there, and I mean that video blew up. I mean it's sitting at like
love that.
24,000 views now. So it overall, I mean this year has been a big year for me.
Yeah.
I think, I mean as like any other year, there's a lot of ups and downs with things, but I think it's been a big transformative year with this podcast as well as my personal life too.
Yeah.
So 2026 though is the year I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know, because now I feel like now I'm getting really, really mature. I'm going to be almost 2 years removed from graduation.
Yeah.
And so it's been good. It's been a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm excited for
As
both
it
of us
should be.
because I think we both started our collaboration last year or this year, I guess. And we'll see what 2026 brings, especially with the World Cup coming here.
Yes. My gosh.
You know,
yes.
the whole world is coming to our backyard, Hana.
That's
we
very
gotta
true.
we gotta tap into that.
That is very true. And as we are planning, as we're definitely planning,
Yeah.
but I think it's going to bring a lot of a new set of eyes as to how we do business, how we interact with each other, how we support each other too, because just interacting and supporting each other is very different.
Yes.
So how we do support, even I remember one of my girls even in uni, when she pulled me aside and she was like, "What is with you?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "You go anywhere. It could be a professional setting, just any sort of settings. As a whole, I have to put on something Habesha. I just have to put on, literally, like this or this." I remember buying this from an amazing lady from DC. She works with an amazing guy. She mentioned from back home that handcrafts this. And
it's beautiful.
I love putting something on, and this, like everything too, is that it supporting and just knowing about something and just supporting is very different. We have to support our businesses, our friends' businesses, and as we do for celebrities and everything that they don't even know that we exist, guys. So yeah, I think this year is going to be an interesting one to see how we stand up for each other and support each other, aside from just being from just having the knowledge and just not doing anything about it.
Outside of Eyita events and kind of the entity and the work you're doing there, what other things do you got going on right now?
I would say one of the ad hoc things that I have that I'm working on right now is the my collaboration with EBS TV. So I'm pretty sure you guys know EBS TV, and I partnered with EBS US to be able to be an in-person consultant or an in-person client relationship person out in the Pacific Northwest to foster relationships as to people or any of entities, right, who want to promote their businesses on EBS TV. So I am an in-person representative, one of the few, if not actually the only one in the Pacific Northwest to consult about, you know, the products and the inner workings of the of EBS, and also how we can help them promote and grow their businesses.
And what does EBS stand for?
EBS TV is Ethiopian Broadcasting Station.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's amazing. I love the collaboration because it marries the two things that I'm really good at and that I want to work more on. Is because there are times that we're working on, okay, let's produce the idea, how we want to promote this, you know, like the storyline as to how we're going to shoot the, you know, like the ad and how we're going to tell the story, and just being able to be on the ground, you know, like in the trenches as to, with people that are working regardless of the product, like the people that are working in the manufacturing or anything, and also the founders and all. and just going back to the team and having those conversations and with the leaders and all, and then the finances and everything. So it just marries everything that I just love doing, both my creative and my I would say like the finance and the analyst side of me.
Yes.
So
All in
I
one place.
love the work. Yeah, it marries both of them. So I'm very appreciative and grateful for that collaboration. So yeah, with God, it's going great. So in the Pacific Northwest or anywhere else really, I love traveling. I do travel a lot. So if you want to promote your businesses and work with me to be able to again promote your businesses on EBS TV, feel free to reach out to me, and we can work towards that goal.
There we go. And maybe in the future too, we might be, if we turn on to EBS, we might see you as one of the broadcasters, maybe telling us what the weather is like.
I don't know about broadcasting about weathers, because you know how I feel about rain, and I don't want to drop my face every time I talk about that. You know what I mean?
And today, sadly, it's gonna rain again. All right, next.
Sadly, so I don't want to be but I would probably be like the entertainment. I would definitely be the entertainment host. I think I could see myself like that.
I could see you in that.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep you away from the weather stuff, unless it's sunny.
Yes, if it's sunny, I'm right there.
You're like,
right
Hana, come on.
Yes,
we need you. We need your energy again.
My face will tell you that it will be sunny. It is sunny. So yeah, hopefully, definitely. But before, how do you say? In front of the camera. But for now, definitely behind the camera. And it's such an amazing experience. But yeah, feel free to reach out, and we'll definitely work on collaborating. I love collaborating.
And what would you say is the kind of the end goal behind all these? Like, you have Eyita as the entity, and you have all these branches like fintech and more. What would you say is the end goal for all of these, or is it just like a collective? I'm doing this just because it's fun for me.
I mean, I would say the end goal is for one to continue finding my voice and just my purpose in life. 2025, I guess, to share my highlights with you, is that has been a very interesting one. I have gained a lot. I have gained a lot in 2025, not just monetarily speaking. Definitely monetarily, it was even less if I can confess here. It was just more so of friendships, just knowledge. And it's been an interesting ride, and I'm still very young. I'm still in the path of being able to discover and keep on making the type of Hana that I wish that will be more of a servant leader, because I aspire to be that, and also that my young self and my future self could be proud of. So I'm still in the path of making that. So to answer your question, the end goal for Eyita is to definitely find my voice and continue sharing my perspective in all of the disciplines that I am able to, with God, share my creatives with, and just to help people to be financially free, to be to share their own perspectives. Right, we are even at a time that a truth is a point of view. You know what I mean? From your point of view, maybe where the sun rises from is the only thing that at this point
that everyone agrees on. Yeah,
exactly. Even the truth is a point of view, a POV. So just continue sharing mine as to why I believe is true, as to why I believe one needs it to have a full and a content life. So I think it's all of that. So the goal is to share that and to do that, both for me and for people.
Isn't that beautiful? And the beautiful part too, and on top of that, is we're both young.
True.
And we already have our creative outlets that we're already embarking on in that journey. Yeah. But we have the time. Yeah. And we have well, no one really knows when their time will end, but I think just being young and having that opportunity where we have so many years where we can learn from others or learn from our mistakes because we're starting so young. I think is the special part too.
Yeah, that's very true. Because there will be times, as mentioned, 2025 has been a lot of gaining and losing.
Roller coaster.
Yes. Just that roller coaster that when you go to Six Flags, you're screaming and you hear people screaming.
Your stomach is turning and everything.
Yeah, and you're questioning, so I'm paying for this. You know what I mean? I'm paying for this and I'm still, my life is about to leave. So so my 2025 has been like that for me. A lot of gains, a lot of losses, a lot of lessons, and also being young definitely has both an aspect in how you take the lessons, and it's always your takeaway. It's your takeaway matters, and all of the rooms that you are going to be sitting in, and I know this could be subjective, but it's your takeaway. You know what I mean? In all of the relationships, both romantic ones and friendship ones and work ones, you decide your own takeaway. And being young definitely has both an effect both in the good side and the bad side.
Mm. Yeah. You gave me a perfect segue when it comes to romantic relationships.
Okay.
We're going there. We're going there.
I guess it's inevitable.
It is. When you think about dating today amongst us Gen Zers, even millennials too, you could throw them in there too. Modern dating in 2025, now 2026, specifically within our community.
Okay.
When you think about that, what are some thoughts that you have about it, and then maybe what are some like ways that maybe, because you already held like I said that speed dating event, but what were some other ways maybe you could tackle maybe some of the issues that you may see about modern dating or certain things about it?
I mean, I do love being able to throw events and all for people to get to know each other and to give true chances to each other, because y'all keep showing up with that bucket list checklist of yours to find the perfect girl, to find there's no unicorn, okay? We're grown now. We can have that conversation. But I think I would say like those first is that just head out with the right mentality. I'm working on my own mentality. It's by no way that I am like the expert to talk about this. Yes, I'm the single person that gives relationship and dating advices, okay? But just heading out with the right mentality as to when you get to know each other or get to know people, because if you are perfect, I guess, okay, you should definitely look out for the perfect person. But I have a very big, doubt that you're entirely perfect and that I am entirely perfect. So give grace as you also need it. So have the right mentality when you head out your home, just as the very beginning. And two, it's just be open. Just say your life, or just at least say the type of life that you that you're working towards to have. I think that's where like the lies and all, where the made-ups come as to, oh yeah, I have this. I'm not the IRS. Like I don't need to know what you have or what you, you know what I mean? It's just that, and that part or like that aspect has been gone, at least if you're trying to have a healthy connection, or if you're trying to see a healthy connection amongst people. So just let go of those made-up stories and all. Yeah, so I think those are like one of the few things, I guess. And they're just a handful of avenues. I mean, just go out and have a coffee. I mean, at least one time out of the week. I'm a very, very tight on finances, so I'm like, don't be spending money that you should not be. Right. But at least
coffee shop is perfect.
Exactly.
Coffee shop, walk in the park, something light.
Gym.
You would go to the gym?
Get rid of that, that cap. At times I do this. Like I will come clean. At times I go with a cap that covers you can't see my face because I don't want to be. There's one of them days that I just don't want to talk to people. I'm just there.
You're just that popular? You're just that popular at the gym?
I see what you're trying to do. But no, it's just like there's one of them days that you just want to focus on and take your whatever you have out on that waist, And at times that when you're having troubles, getting the Smith machine working, somebody could help you and they're trying to hold the conversation. So just hold it. Why are you entirely, and you come back and you complain. So use the chances that God gave you or was presented.
Yeah.
So just being open about it definitely would help. At least I think so. But I mean, who anointed me to?
No,
like
I
to
mean
say
that's
this
great.
and this too. So.
No, that's great. I think that, and then I would even add to like, just give people a shot. Like you said, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to go to a 5-star fancy restaurant and make a huge investment on a stranger you're just meeting.
That's true.
But I think, like it's already, we're already away from the homeland, coming to a new country, now growing up here, now living here, and adapting to this culture and everything. Like just give people a shot, because you never really know where things will go.
That's
and,
very true.
I'm always like, minimize regret. And
True.
if it's gonna be a rejection, it is what it is. They'll fly by. But I like
Where
that.
do you think a first date should be? I think every first date should be at a coffee shop. Like intentional first dates, most of them.
Should be at a coffee
I don't know,
shop?
must is a strong word, I guess, but like they should be at a coffee shop or somewhere simple where you can't bring out that, or let me just say, it makes you be open. It forces you to be open. It forces you to be human and simple. At least the first date should be that.
I think coffee shop is one of them.
Okay.
Because the way, kind of like what you said, the way I think of it is, you got to pick a place where people can take off as much of their mask as possible.
True.
You know what I mean?
true.
Because like at a dinner and stuff, it's easy for people to be really, really just fancy and tip top and everything. And sure, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, like that. Exactly. I think a coffee shop, if it's in the summertime, I like a walk in the park.
A walk in the park?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like going outside because I'm an extrovert. I like going outside if it's hot, just somewhere where you're walking around, skipping rocks, and then maybe you can grab like a little
Picnic.
little food. Yeah, a picnic or a little fish and chips, a little ice cream or whatever,
Fish and
something like that.
chips.
Something
Seafood.
light, seafood.
True.
Right back to what you were saying. So, that's what I would say. Yeah, that would be my ideal first date. Either walk in the park, a coffee shop, or something fun.
True.
Like something adventure, like maybe skydiving.
Skydiving is a first date.
I'm just kidding.
Oh
with
my
you.
God.
I wanted to see your reaction.
What?
I haven't done it yet, but I've always wanted to.
No, I have to trust you. What do you mean skydiving? The first person that you're a stranger that I'm taking my risk as to my life. I sign a document that says, hey, if this thing, trips
Right.
and I die, you're the first, and also you're taking
You're the last
same
person
risk.
I'm seeing.
Like, you're the last person I'm seeing. You're the last person that I am seeing that needs to pass my messages or my cry outs, whatever, to my family. You're the first.
Because then, no,
Are you okay?
Think about it though. They're really gonna see who you are, because you're gonna be screaming and stuff and yelling. There's no mask because you're just being authentic.
I can
it
tolerate
could
Six
work.
Flags, but skydiving?
Okay, roller coaster is fun. I think roller coaster
is
would be
okay.
dope.
Skydiving, let me tell you something. And so we are fiancés before we go to skydiving. You have to be my fiancé if you want to
That's
take
fair.
me on skydiving. What?
That's fair.
No.
That's fair. But anyways, no, I think those could be some solid spots for a first date. But
True.
it's just, I think social media has really made things a little bit kind of weird and a little different. And with dating apps and stuff, like those things, hey, if it works for you, go ahead. But I'm still the old school way. I like meeting someone in person, and speed dating events, something new to me too. I like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a tolerated risk that you can, it won't be that much of a, how do I say this, like
Investment.
exactly. But yeah, I think that's the issue. I mean, I am a 25-year-old that was born in 2000. I don't know how you're going to get to that calculation. I know for non-Habeshas, you are grinding your calculator, but it is just like that. We have different, I mean, not 2000s, but at least the 2000s work.
Right.
But in 1993, I am a millennial that was born in 1993. So, I'm still old school, even if I am Gen Z, or I guess they have another term for it, whatever term that you end up using.
Yeah.
So I'm still old school too, just like you are. So just be authentic, be open, and just see if there is, and have the guts to just tell the person whenever you got to that position and you are not feeling the same, just let them know.
Yes.
Just let them know. That's
Yes.
also what
There's
brings
nothing
out
worse
the
than
subtle
I hate
toxicity.
ghosting. Yeah, and that too, because it's
Very
like
subtle toxicity.
just communicate. Because sometimes what people do is they don't respond back, and then they kind of just hope that time will tell, or like time will kind of be the answer to the other person. Like, oh, maybe this person's not, but just communicate. Just that
very
simple.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things that you also like, if it's understood, things that are understood need not be said type of things. You know what I mean? You can see the energy falling out and not being there, those type of things. I guess you don't have to say that much, but when you got to that position of, it feels like the energy is there, the conversation is there, the intimacy is there, like just the things that you initially had are still there, but there are still things lacking as to, the little intricacies that you need to define when you move from one
Yes.
part to another. You know what I mean? When you get to that level of, okay, my translation is not matching with yours, just say it.
Just say
You
it.
know what I mean? Just say it. And also bid the other person farewell as to, hey, these are the type of things that really was just great as is, and these were the type of things. Just give constructive criticism. I know a lot of people feel weird about it. I think it's great. If there was ever a time that you really felt some sort of love or some sort of affection towards that person, you owe it to them to tell them the things that they have done wrong, the things that they have done right, just so they don't do it again in the future. Because I'm pretty sure if you had a friend or if you had a romantic partner at any point in time, you would want them to succeed in their future life, even if it's not with you, right?
Of course.
So you owe it to them to just let them know, hey, you're an amazing, communicator or a caretaker. But there's something that you need to work is maybe just your boundaries, or maybe as your boundaries with your friends, or your boundaries with, you know what I mean? Just there are areas of development for everyone. So you owe it to them to let them know, both good and the bad, so they can succeed in like their next journey with anyone. So yeah, I'm a firm believer of if you loved them prior, you owe that to them.
Absolutely.
I know that could be controversial, but yeah.
Yeah.
am
I
a
don't
firm
think it is,
believer.
but yeah, that's a good way to top that
Not
out.
a lot of people do it though. Not a lot of people do it, really, and it's heartbreaking. Time will heal everything, but yeah, I would think so.
Hana, because we're kind of coming up on the end now, kind of thinking about you and maybe the legacy you'll be leaving. Let's say you 30, 40, 50 years down from now, and you look back at yourself and the work that you've done up until that point. What are some things maybe you want to be remembered for within our community and just as a whole?
I wish to be remembered for my, I would say, creative journey. I really do hope to aspire with God to. There are a handful of projects that I have in my mind. I one day want to own a gallery, a photography gallery. So, and a photography book. So definitely my creative side, and also with God, I know it's a story that everybody wants to tell, but yet has not found the fundings nor the just, I guess, the manpower and the unity for us. But I really do want to make Adwa and just so many other stories, Ethiopian and Habesha, Eritrean, just Habeshan stories really, into movies. I mean, we definitely have a handful of stories that could be, the Woman King, Black Panther, and just a handful of things. So I really want to be part of the industry as to telling our own stories, just stories told by ourselves. So I want people to remember me by my creative works, and with God also the other financial consulting and financial just fintech works that I aspire to work on. I definitely have a long way to go as to being more polished or around that area. I only did my BA, so I'm looking towards to do my master's and even my PhD soon. So just in my educational background and contributions as well. So as to those two things, and just entirely being a woman of hope and work, I guess, which emphasize on the work because it's still we're on the works of being, the what we need to reflect. So I would say those things.
That's beautiful.
With God.
Yes, definitely. Lord willing. That is I mean it. Work ethic. No matter how much technology may be around us, the work ethic will still have to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we still need to put in that action and that work and stuff. So what a way to put it. Well, Hana, we are at the deep end point of the podcast.
Yeah.
And my viewers know this is the point where I ask my favorite question, the last question. That is the advice question. So when you consider the work you're doing and people that are part of our generation, the younger generation, what advice would you give to our generation today heading into 2026?
Wow. If I could be the person, I guess, to be the one to give an advice, because I don't think, times it's, I would say time is, it just puts you in different tiers at times. So at times you'll be at a point where you'll be giving out advices, I guess. But just at least to share my experiences and to, if it could be helpful in both preventing or prevailing something, I would say give yourself grace in both things. Everything will pass. That the time that you feel like you had everything and the world was your oyster, that feeling when you walk that graduation and you took the certificate that you worked for 4 or 5 or a certain period of time, that time is going to pass. And there will come a time that, you would realize unit 1 don't come on day 1 at the work. It's an entirely different thing where you have to learn again. You have to be in that classroom. It's just different, It's not all seats and you have 16 other people sitting just like you with a notebook and all. It's going to be a different setting where you have, like a boss of sort. And it's just you're working, you're in the trenches and it's still learning. So it feels like you went all the way back. You know what I mean? That time is also going to pass. Yeah. When you felt like you have an amazing connection with someone and you were like this is it. That time's gonna pass, and you feel like you were so misunderstood, and nobody's hearing you, and the work that you're doing is just not being successful. The back to back, and the interviews, or for those that are still, it's an amazing time to be in the work. The finding job and work and all setting right now. So when the interviews back to back go really well, but they're still not, they're not cutting it because I don't know. It's just that type of it's all gonna pass, and it's all going to go back and forth. And so it's just be grateful that we're alive to be a part of it. For once, there are a handful of people that are not gonna see 2026 or just today, like December something, that have not seen it. So just be grateful for life. Be grateful that I have this problem, because trust that the current problem that I am in or the current issues that I need to deal with are wishes for others. So because they're in a very deep or even different or worse position. So be grateful for what you have. Be content with what you have and what you could get or God would give you. He always has the bigger picture, and let go and let God is a fact. And also just give yourself grace as you end up giving, chances or graces to your friends and to everybody that's around you, and all. So it's always a journey. Even this life is a journey. And don't keep on letting life happen to you. You do live through your experiences, but you have to go out there and create experiences for you to to live through as well. You know what I mean? So it's 2025 has been a life that at times I let life happen to me, and at times I created my own experiences to make it my year as well. And a handful of them worked. You know, there are a handful of them that I'm looking forward to embark on in 2026, and a handful of them did not work.
Sure.
And a handful of them left me humbled. You know what I mean? But that is part of the storytelling. That is part of that.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah. When further down, you have a handful of kids and they're going to be like, oh, dad is never like that. Like, mom is no, during my time, if only you knew we did this. Like, there's always those stories that we remember, the fun ones from our parents. From our parents, yeah. I used to think, oh, no, mom will never do this. They will never do this. And she'll be like, oh, yeah, there was a day that we actually, like went on.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What? So
because we only see them from now.
True.
But we don't see them that, hey, they were once our age too.
Exactly.
And they had similar problems, sometimes different problems too.
Yeah. So. And forgive. Don't forget, but just forgive for your own sake, not for people's. Just for your own sake. Because the load is gonna take up a lot of space that you're going to be needing. And forgive and move on, as that's part of being grown. I think that's the difference in between, like when you move from being a girl to a woman, or from being a man, from being a boy to a man, is just to forgive and push on, because a handful of things that you're dealing with, the 16 issues that you have, other people have that too. And some people do a good job in maneuvering. Some people don't do a good job in maneuvering, or it's just not that day for you to use your methods to do a good job in maneuvering it. So forgive and push on and push through. So yeah, I don't know if that was a lot of advices, but I feel like there were a handful of bullet points that you can take. So hopefully that could be an advice or an experience that could work.
That was perfect. Yeah, top notch, icing on the cake right there. Hana, where can people find you, connect with you, see the work that you're doing? Please plug away all the social media handles and everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. So I predominantly use IG. So my IG name is, we're going to put it either on top or at the bottom. But it's Hana Takele 21. So that's HANATAKELE 21. That's IG. On TikTok, it's Barachiye.
You got to spell that one.
I know. We're going to write that to be... I mean, I don't
We'll put it in the link in the description too.
We're going to put it
maybe just for my sake,
how
do you spell that?
I'm going to start posting on it, though. I haven't started posting on TikTok. This is going to be part of the content, but... it's gonna be more. I would say like more fitness and vlog focused, because I love working out. So it will be more of that. But I would say IG and TikTok, and my websites are under construction. But you'll definitely be able to see them on those two. So definitely feel free to be a family, and if I could be of help or an assistant, and if you wish to be part of the projects that I'm working on, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to.
There we go. Yeah. Hana, thank you so much for joining us. This has been fun, and I hope everyone enjoyed this awesome episode. Please connect with Hana. In the description, I will put out all the social media links and what the great work that she is doing, so you guys can check it out. And if you or if anyone else wants to partner with her or collab with her, again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody out there. Stay safe, love one another, and we will catch y'all as season 7 embarks now. Till next time, y'all. Peace.